peace of God shining in me now. The peace.
The idea of writing 365 songs and then making a movie and traveling all over the world and everything else that has come from that. It certainly has been my giving 100%, and what I have been able to get done in this last year has completely astounded me, pretty much, just following my own inspiration. And I know that that's true for all of us. When we give 100%, when we truly commit, that is where the miracle is. And that's really what A Course in Miracles is about. It asks, are you willing to commit 100% to your holiness?
Yes.
Yes. Are you willing to commit 100% to seeing the face of holiness wherever you are? In everyone that you look upon? Is that what you're willing to commit to? Right. One more time. Is that what you are willing to commit to?
Yes.
All right. I felt that one. Thank you. The power of yes. The most powerful word in the whole world. When we say yes and really mean it, Spirit really pays attention. No telling what's going to happen. No telling how many people this movie is going to influence and touch and lead deeper into their own spiritual awakening. I mean, the first thing, I didn't want just to make a movie with people talking or people sharing their ideas or their thoughts. I've been saying this a lot lately. I don't really care what you think. I don't even care what I think. Because it's not about thinking anymore. It's about being. It's about realizing and opening to the truth of who we are. And we spend a lot of time thinking, and sometimes those thoughts get in our way. We try and figure out, like if we're students of A Course in Miracles, well, what do you think he meant by that? Well, maybe he meant exactly what was written on the page. Let's stop thinking about it. Let's stop trying to figure it out and let it figure us out.
Amen.
Let's stop trying to get it and let it get us. To me, that's what this revival is all about. So I have a microphone here that I'm going to turn on. If I can figure out how, there it is. Okay. And who would like to be my mic runner? And anyone who has a question, you can just hand the mic around. Okay, Lisa, Natoli, thank you very much. So who has a question? Please, there's someone right over here, Lisa. Let's start right there. And by the way, I want to thank all of you. We're recording this right now. We're putting this up on the website, so any of the other 300 churches that are showing the movie this weekend can play this. And I just want to thank all of you as well for being with us and enjoying the film. So thank you. And now for a question.
I want to thank you for the very, very beautiful music and the harmony and the way the Lord helps the music to flow. And I'm a composer and a musician myself, and this has really, really inspired me. My walk with the Lord is when I met the Lord, that's what got me to was music. And so this really inspires me. Thank you.
Thank you so
God
much.
bless you all.
Thank you. You're right about the music. The music takes us in ways that nothing else will. The way I think about it, if I'm speaking to you as I am right now, or you're listening to someone speak, the information that you're hearing, it goes in through the front door, through the front of our consciousness, where there are all these filters. And what we're hearing has to go through those filters, all based upon ideas that we've had about the past or who we think we are. And maybe after it goes through that filtration device, maybe some of it will get through to the heart. The beautiful thing about music is it slides around to the back door and enters the heart completely. That's why I wanted to fill this movie with music, and fun music, not just, quiet music is nice. In quiet I received God's word today, but, some of the songs, like, I think my favorite is I Rest in God. All right. All right. Who else has a question? Over here. Hold on one second. Let's let the mic get to you.
Oh, I'll be really loud. Let's
Okay.
see your tattoo.
Which one? You see a little bit of it there. The one that I got in the movie? There it is. It's a real tattoo. Come on.
No love.
You know what? When we were doing that song, I love that song. Some of you know that a lot of spiritual musicians, they like to do very melodious, quiet music. I'm a bit more upbeat, and I love the upbeat songs. And when we did that one, I knew I wanted to be in the movie. And I should tell you that when I met Anthony, who did the graffiti, I thought that was just a great idea, to have him do that big wall. And we were there for about 2 hours. We did that in Ashland, Oregon. And we had found this out-of-the-way place. It was really a dump for the most part. Nobody was there. We spent about 2 hours doing that beautiful piece, and then almost right when we were finished, here comes the popo. I had to talk my way out of going to jail, so it worked. Who else has a question? Right over here. Let's get the mic to you.
Oh, sorry. I just have a question about the graffiti. I have friends that live in Ashland. Where is it?
Oh, it's very hard to explain. To tell you the truth, I lived in Ashland for 12 years. I didn't even know this place existed. It's just a big place on the outskirts of town where there were just enormous piles of dirt and wood, and I didn't even know the place existed. But
What was it? Tell us.
it says, "No love but God's." There is no love but God's love.
Tell us about the Ashland event and this Friday.
Okay, Ashland. Next month is going to be the big culmination of the ACIM revival in Ashland, Oregon. We are going to be there. Victor Wooten will be doing a big concert. Did you like Victor? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And Vicki will be there. Lisa and Bill will be there. We'll have some very special guests that you're going to really love, that you all know very well. But they asked me not to mention their name until they got there. So if any of you are interested, there's still a few places left. You can just come there, make a love offering at this point. So if you let me know, I'll give you my web address, and you can go there and send me an email, and I'll get you on the list. Oh, and then Friday morning, I'm going to be here at the Course in Miracles meeting that Lisa and Bill do here at the church. What time is that, Lisa? 10:30 to 12. I'll be here that morning, so we'll be able to talk more. Lisa, there's someone right over here who wants to ask a
I just
question.
wanted to know the dates of the revival.
Oh, I'm sorry, the 13th to the 15th of November. This gentleman right here.
I can talk loud. James.
Yes.
Jim?
James, Jimmy, whatever you want.
Jimmy.
Just never Jim.
I've been listening to you every day.
Thank you.
And it's wonderful.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. I wanted to ask you, even though it's probably kind of obvious, how would you say your purpose?
Well, that's a good question. I know that it's always evolving, and yet there is always a core. The evolution is what's happening around that core. The core is simply to be as full an expression of love as I can possibly be. To express that in every ordinary moment of my life. And that changes as things in our lives change. Certainly this past year and a half or so, deciding that I wanted to really commit myself to this project. I've written many books, made a lot of movies, done a lot of things, but I realized about a year and a half ago that there's nothing more important to me than A Course in Miracles. Why am I doing anything else? And that has led to so many things. But the other thing is that during that process of letting go, of realizing what maybe wasn't serving my life as much anymore, I did have to let go and even consider just moving in a different direction. And it was when I surrendered that completely is when this emerged. So sometimes we have to let go of everything that we think that we are, everything that we think that we're about, or anything, any part of our identity, so that we can be shown what the next step is. And I'm just so grateful to be doing this, and there's nothing else I want to be doing. So, did that answer the question?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
We're glad you're doing it.
you. We've got someone right over here. Does he have the mic? Okay. Right. This one. We've been ignoring this lovely side. Hello.
First of all, I gotta tell you, I have never seen such bass playing. That whole section puts you in touch with me, the divine, right there.
Yeah.
And the movie was a lot of diversity. Give you some feedback now. And but the thing that I love the most, one of the things I love the most was, you know, I've been around the Course in Miracles for years and years, and then the last 2 years, really into it, but kind of a closet Course person. Even some of my closest friends, they don't tell them what the impact has been on me. Because a lot of people, when they pick up and read for the first time, it's not like some of the PhD's response was. It's like, I don't understand any of this.
Right.
That's been the response. And that was mine. But the way John Mundy expressed his experience, the way Gerald Jampolsky expressed his, it's like, I got a video I can give people now. I used to give Journey Without Distance, you know, you read this. But it provides an entrance for people who don't really understand or get it, because it demystifies it, but in the demystifying, you're taking right to the altar of the mystic, of the mysterious, the miracle, of the whole Course in Miracles. So thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. So
Yeah, well put.
Yeah. You know, I would love it if this were an entry point for people. Because you're right, a lot of people, they enter into the Course with their head and not necessarily their heart. And the purpose of this film is to give them a heart entry and a way to just enter in that's not intellectual, but helps them to experience what the Course is really all about. Because it really is about the experience. It's not about understanding it intellectually, because there are a lot of people who've been studying it for 30, 40 years and have never done that. But if we can experience even one paragraph with our heart wide open, that's all we need. So thank you. Right back here. Oh, and did you have a question too? I'm
Well,
sorry.
I just had a comment, Jimmy, and that is last time we saw you, you were hopping on a plane to watch that precious child be born.
Yeah.
Okay? And I just have to tell you that I can totally relate to the oneness of being a grandparent.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing.
It's amazing. She's beautiful.
Yeah, Penny Lynn is her name, Penelope Linda. She's about 6 months old now, and she's the joy of my life.
Yes.
Hard to believe I'm a grandparent. Yes.
I thought the film was incredible, and I'm wondering about the 365 days of music. Is that available?
Yes, absolutely. If anyone wants to, they can start doing the workbook at any point. Lesson 1, lesson, what are we on, 294 today. What you would need to do is go to ACIM Revival, so Course in Miracles, ACIMRevival.com/daily lesson, like one word, daily lesson. So ACIMrevival.com/daily lesson. Then you'll start getting the emails right away, or not to confuse, but if you went to jamestwyman.tv, that'll take you there to the page where all the lessons are. So, I mean, as I said, we send out the lessons to 19,000 people every single day. So there are people all over. How many of you here in the room do the daily? Oh, wow. Wonderful. It's amazing. I can't tell you how much I love it. I'm on, recording-wise, about 340, maybe. And I'm starting to get a little sad. Because it's almost done. But I'm going to be doing the same thing with the text next year. Who else? Wind up, okay. All right. I take. How about one more question right over here, and then we're going to do a final song.
Well, about 25 years ago, I lived in Amherst, Massachusetts, and there was this small church run by a black family. And before I had been there, it had been the only church that black people could go to. When I was there, it was it was mixed. And this man was always having to sing this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And he was singing these beautiful songs about how God loves us. That man was in this film, Carlos Anderson.
He's great, isn't he?
Where is he now?
Unity in the City.
He's here every Sunday, or most weeks, every other Sunday.
Here?
In Boston,
We'll tell you about it afterwards.
in Brooklyn.
As I was watching the film, I was remembering all these miracles that were happening at the time. And I went, oh my gosh. So I wanted to share that. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So we're going to go ahead and close this up with a song, one that I think is the perfect segue into life, into now living this beautiful message, not just talking about it or watching it in a movie, but how do we live it now? There's a quote from Mother Teresa that I always loved, where she said, "What would God say through you?" Not what would God say to you, but if the divine were speaking right now, what would the divine say through you, through your life? And I love that quote so much that I wrote this song, and I'd just love to close our evening with that. So here it is. What would God say through you when your words do not matter? What would love clearly do when your mind forgets the chatter of words that you say, but don't really mean? The price you pay when love remains unseen. What would God say through you if you opened up your heart? What would God say through you if you opened up your heart? What would love say through you if your mind began to slow down and your heart began to open with the rest of you? So come around to see that nothing really matters now but openness, your highest vow. What would love say through you if you opened up your heart? What would love say through you if you opened up your heart? What would life say through you if you finally began to listen to more than words? But what's behind them all? Could you comprehend what you've been missing? All those empty years you thought you were alone, but all the while you were right here at home. What would life say through you if you opened up I'm going to be outside in the bookstore if anybody wants to get a copy of the movie or the CD or just to say hi. And thanks for coming.
The peace of God shining in me now. The peace of God shining in